All right, here we go. All right, welcome to Restoration Nation's Glimpse into Coaching. If you're here, you are curious about what coaching could mean for you, and we're just so thankful that you took the time to spend a few minutes out of your evening with us. So we're going to keep this short to the point. I encourage you, if you have questions, to please put them in the chat. There's an option for you to kind of just put them in the chat, and at the end, I'll make sure to look over that. But we have a couple other coaches that are going to be speaking on here. I'm going to cover a lot of questions, a lot of common concerns, cost, all the things. And hopefully you also get a real picture of what our team is and what it would look like in your life and how it could benefit you to become a coach on our team as well. So my name is Rachel. It is my duty, because I will get in trouble with corporate if I don't, to share our income disclaimer, because we are going to be sharing exact details on what our coaches are earning. So this is not just things that corporate gives us. This is actual coaches on our team. And so I want to be transparent that the income disclaimer is Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. See our statement of independent coach earnings located in the back office for the most recent information on our coaches' actual incomes. That's just to say anything in this world is worth the effort and hard work to get the goals that you have in your head. And so that is basically what that says. So now that that little yucky stuff is out of the way, I want to share my story. So my name is Rachel, and I am the founder of Restoration Nation. If you're on this call, you were invited by either me or another coach on our team. And I want to share with you a little bit about my story, as you're going to hear lots of stories from our specific team. But so for me, my journey started several years ago. I got married in 2011, and I was a size 4. I was what I would call skinny fat. I did not work out. I just naturally was thin, and we got married, and I got fat and happy very quickly. I gained about 80 pounds in 3 years, to the point that my family was having an intervention because they were concerned that there was something medically wrong with me. But I had just fallen into a really deep, depressed hole. Married life was so much different than living with my parents. I married a wonderful man, but I just was struggling with a lot of things that I hadn't dealt with in my life. And I gained a lot of weight and fast. My fix for that was to have a baby. Naturally, that makes sense, right? So I had a baby, and I thought, well, everything's going to be great now. I'm going to be happy because I have a baby. And 6 months after he was born, I was still overweight. I was still miserable. My body did not bounce back. And I was still easily 80, 90, 100 pounds overweight at this point and miserable. He was 6 months old, and I looked at him, and I thought, he's going to be crawling soon, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to keep up with him. He's going to grow up with a mom that was sad all the time. I have this beautiful baby boy in front of me, and I didn't want to get out of bed in the mornings. I was working in corporate America as an insurance and billing administrator. One of the reasons I gained a lot of weight was I went from an active job to a desk job. And I was fighting with insurance all day and arguing with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it was so unfulfilling. And my cousin at the time was sharing her own transformation, her own journey on social media, and she was dancing. I love to dance. I am a spaz attack. I have no rhythm, but I do love it. And I thought, you know what? I could get down with some dancing for fitness. Sign me up. And my mom actually ended up purchasing my package because we were so broke. My husband is in ministry, and we didn't have 2 cents to rub to our name. So I started my journey, and I started sharing out of desperation because I didn't want to go back to where I was. So I began sharing my transformation. I began sharing it from the very beginning, but I didn't become a coach until a couple months later. I rebelled coaching. My cousin drugged me to an event and forced me to cancel a hair appointment and said, "You're coming with me." And that event locally with this Beachbody community just changed my life. And I have opened my eyes to this opportunity. I loved the challenge groups that I was a part of. I loved the community that I had been plugged into. I had support and encouragement every single day in my journey. I was losing weight and starting to feel good. And there was this opportunity in my lap to earn income from home. And I had always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and that was not in the cards for me if my husband was going to be in ministry. Just that's a job you do because God calls you to. It's not a job you do for financial reasons, and it wasn't going to happen. And so I saw this opportunity. I said, I'm going to go for this, because what's the worst thing that happens? The worst thing that happens is I keep losing weight and I keep feeling good. If I help a couple people along the process, then great. And I never pictured that this would be what would turn. We have 14 people on this call, and that is absolutely insane to me that people are actually interested in joining our team, because I thought that I wasn't capable of being a leader. But here we are 2.5, 3 years later. Our team is growing and thriving, and I just cannot wait to tell you all about it. So I want to tell you a little bit about what coaching actually is. So if you're not in one of our private online groups, I want to give you a detailed kind of sneak into what that would look like. All our goal and job as a coach is to help other women reach their health and fitness goals. We don't just sell products, we help our customers achieve their goals through behind-the-scenes mentorship. So basically what that means, when a client signs up with us, we consistently check in on them behind the scenes via a text, Facebook message, email, whatever suits you. Because we are not just signing someone up and then letting them go. We want to actually truly support them along the way and help them succeed. So with behind-the-scenes mentorships, we're running online challenge groups usually through Facebook. This is a private community, and for us, it's just women. You can run your groups however you want, but these online groups have daily accountability check-ins. We are actively involved with sharing recipes and just being a positive community of encouragement and motivation. Over time, what happens naturally is that you will grow a team of people underneath you that are doing the same thing. So because you're coming from a place of genuine desire to change somebody's life, those people are going to feel that. They're going to be drawn into the community and want to pay that forward too. And every coach on this call, that's their story. So is it a pyramid scheme? I get asked this a lot. So as a coach, you have teams that when you visually look at it, it looks like a pyramid. But every organization looks like a pyramid. You have a boss. Think about your corporate job. You have a boss, and then you have people under him. So when I worked in physical therapy, there was a boss, and then there was management, and then there was like front desk, and then there was assistants. And you think about that. It looks visually like a pyramid. But number one, what do you need to know about a pyramid scheme? Number one, it's illegal. So a pyramid scheme is when you ask people to buy into something with nothing in return. So you're saying, give me $200 to sign up, and then when you sign up your next person, you'll get your money back. Or you're asking people up front to buy a ton of product with the promise that when you sell it, you'll get your money back. For example, this is not the case with Beachbody. For example, with Beachbody, you can sign up with $39.95. And when you do that, I make no money off of your sign up. I don't make any income. With a pyramid scheme, you're asked to pay a lot of money up front, and the recruiter makes a lot of money off of that upfront cost. Beachbody doesn't do that. My success as a leader and the success of the other leaders on this team depends on your success. If I'm unable to help you be successful, then I don't grow my income either. This is also why we run mentorship programs and limit the number of coaches that we take on monthly. I don't know if y'all saw some of our posts, but we truly do try to limit the number of coaches that we take on, because new coaches have a lot of questions, and we really want to provide that one-on-one support, particularly in the beginning as you're like figuring out your brand, as you're figuring out how to share your journey. And there's just so much new in all of that. There's no big costs and no requirements to hold any product. The only purchases that I make monthly are what I use for my personal goals. So I drink Shakeology every single day. I drink Energize pretty much every single day because it gives me that pep in my step for my workout. I order Beach Bars as needed. None of that is a requirement to be a coach. So you do not have to be on any kind of auto ship to be a coach. So you could sign up with $39.95 and there would be no, strings attached, things like that. But the truth is, if you don't work, then this opportunity is not going to work. So it's all a piece of your efforts. So this is kind of a visual. These are all people from our team. These are people who have changed their lives and are paying it forward. To me, this represents the ripple effect that this can have. I see families here that have been forever impacted. I see children whose health is forever going to be changed because their mom was brave enough to do something bold and share her journey and change her health and pay it forward. There's a ripple effect of people that you love and care about that lives get changed because you become a coach. So what do coaches actually do? So all this sounds great, right? You actually need to know what are the activities that you do behind the scenes. So our 4 vital behaviors as a coach are to invite, be proof of the product, personal development, and recognition. It is so neat to me that 50% of our vital core behaviors as a company rely solely on your health and well-being. So you are working to reach your own personal health and fitness goals, to become the best, most healthiest, most fulfilled version of yourself, to work on your mental health, to dive into personal development, and to celebrate other people's success, because it's not all about you, and that's what recognition is. And then inviting, all that is sharing the opportunity because you are passionate about what you do. I'm not going to ask you to spam people. I'm not going to ask you to blow up people's inboxes. I encourage my team to find a way to share the opportunity that is authentic to them. Don't be harassment. Don't be one of those people. Don't sign on and go blow somebody's inbox up with 50 different messages, but find a way to share what you love that feels authentic to you, that also gets the message out. And as a team, we're going to help you figure out what that looks like for you and for your business. So daily tasks include running these challenge groups. So you're going to pre-write and schedule posts. It's super easy. Facebook makes it crazy easy. For those daily check-ins, you're going to invite to them like we just talked about. You're going to support your clients behind the scenes, growing in your business knowledge by participating in trainings as you can, working on yourselves, inspiring others, and then tracking your business. So all this means is that you're going to have a system to keep track of the people that you're talking to keep track of your personal clients. For me, that was really where I had to focus because I didn't want any of my clients to get lost in the cracks. And so having a system just helps you to be a better mentor, and that's always our goal. So I want to share some personal, again, drop things in the chat. I can't see it. I'll get to it at the end. We have some other coaches on here that can help. If one of my other coaches will write down who's on here, because I can't see, I see a couple of pretty faces, but that's it. So this is our girl, Laurel. So I don't know if Laurel's on the call or not because I can't see, but she is someone who is the epitome of a busy schedule. And this is an objection that I had when I first started coaching because I was working in corporate America. I was also a mom and a pastor's wife. And so I was juggling all these different hats. And for me, I would get up at 4, sometimes 5 a.m. in the morning, and I would put in an hour of work before I left for my day job. I would then work on lunch break or answer emails while I was on, I was pumping at the time. I was a nursing mom. So I was pumping. So while I was pumping, I was answering messages. And then on the way home, I had a 30-minute commute. I would either use that time to call clients and check on them. I would talk to people who are interested in learning about how I could help them as a coach on the phone. I would listen to personal development, and I would listen to trainings in that 30-minute commute. I would come home, my coach hat would be off and my mom hat would be on, and then I would do the normal life. Then when my child went to bed and my husband was usually at different events with the church, I would plug in and I would work again from like 8 p.m. to 11, sometimes 12 at night because I wanted to come home. And I was able to come home to my baby in 8 months. And that to me was worth every bit of sacrifice. And as you go throughout your business, you'll need to learn the art of time management, and just knowing what your to-do list is will help you with that. And Laurel has mastered this. She has 2 kids. She has a husband. She has multiple jobs, and she still finds a way to make coaching a priority. And you're going to see her income progression here in just a few minutes. But she literally will work in drop-off and pickup lines. She will work in the grocery store line while she's waiting to check out. She will get up early if she needs to. She always works out at like 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. And it's just incredible to see her commitment and dedications. But you will find a way. We help you create a system. We provide trainings to help you create a system to be able to work this business in 15-minute increments, in 1-hour increments. But personally, if you can dedicate 1 hour a day to your business 6 days a week, you will grow a thriving business before you know it. So that's kind of what most, if not all of our coaches on our team, their time commitment is. This is Miss Chelsea. Chelsea is on the call. Is Chelsea on the call? Let me see if I can find her. So Chelsea's actually going to hop on live. I'm going to unmute her, and then she's going to share a little bit about her story. Chelsea, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good, you're good to go.
So I guess I'm the rare find. So instead of Rachel coming and knocking on my door, I was banging her door down. And I said, I love the product. I'm, getting results from these workouts. I'm in, I'm all in. And so I ended up starting to coach. I wasn't going to coach at first. I wanted to focus on my own goals. But then I realized that I wanted more. Being a stay-at-home mom, you want something more of a fulfillment during the day because you're not working, technically speaking, outside of the house. And so helping people reach their goals, being their encouragement through your own team is just so rewarding on so many levels. You hear how they're reaching their goals and how you're able to help them and lift them up during the process. And being a person that has always struggled with losing weight, it's always been like a yo-yo type of deal for me. It's definitely a reward being a coach. And I put on here, I can't find a way to.
Yeah, you probably can't screen share.
Yeah, I was trying to get out of here so I could go to but basically I had 4 points, but I can't see them. But so basically my 4 points are accountability. Everybody keeps me accountable in this group. My coach constantly checks on me. Props to you, Rachel. But she's constantly checking on me. The accountability that your team is going to hold you to definitely a higher standard. Just imagine, your progress isn't going anywhere, and then your team is crushing it, and they're going to be looking to you and saying well, what are you doing? And the community you get through the groups is amazing. Just knowing that all the women are going through the same workouts that you are is totally different than going to the gym and going in there by yourself and, pushing through a workout and not high-fiving anybody. And the third one is financial stability. I'm just starting off, so I'm not, big, I quote unquote, but it's definitely the difference in, a box of diaper, like an extra box of diapers or more formula or, a night out with my husband for a date or, just different things here and there. It definitely makes a difference in retrospect. And I can't remember the fourth one, but.
That was amazing. You did so good. So I actually asked my team, I'm going to go ahead and meet you. Chelsea, you were awesome. I asked my team, I said, who wants to speak? And a couple of them were like, okay, me, sign me up before I get scared. So Chelsea, you're amazing. I love to hear that we all come from different walks of life. There's a variety. There's women who are single on their team. There's women who are stay-at-home moms. There's working moms. We have a man on our team too, who's a husband of one of our coaches too. And we just have such a wide variety, but we all come from a different place where community matters and accountability matters. And we know that we can change our family's finances if we stick to this long enough. So Chelsea's a newer coach and she's rocking it. I'm so proud of her. So thank you for sharing. So this is Cindy, and along the lines with we all come from different walks of life. So Cindy is almost an empty nester. She has a very successful career, and she started sharing her journey out of accountability, number one, and number two, she just really thrived on the community and wanted to impact other people through that as well. So with Sydney, one of her biggest concerns when she first started out as a coach was, how do I coach when I'm not at my goal weight? I'm not where I want to be. And the truth is, every single person on our team pretty much was not at their goal weight when they started. I had only lost about 20 to 30 pounds of my 80 to 90 pounds that I lost when I started as a coach. So I took people along the ride, and to me, that gives you more credibility with the people that are following you because they can actually see your body changing. They know your heart, and they also are watching you put in the work every single day, and they know that that's an expectation for them to succeed as well. And so being able to share from day one, even if you're not at your goal, is really important, and not something to be afraid of, something that is a challenge that you're going to look back in a year and be so very proud of. So Cindy has lost a ton of weight, and she's been sharing every step of the way. I also love about her that she is finding her niche. Her niche is emotional eating and nutrition, and that is where her heart lies in her coaching business. And then we have other coaches on our team that really thrive with fitness, and that's their focus and that's their jam. And we all get to be who we want to be in our business and run it the way that we want to, because there's literally no rules. Okay, so this is Chelsea's turn. We have two Chelseas on our team, both of which you are new. So Chelsea, I'm going to unmute you, and she's going to share a little bit about what coaching means to her.
Okay. So me and Beachbody go back pretty far as far as doing the workouts, like back when you would still mainly just order a DVD to your house. And I've always been like relatively in shape, but here after like after the motivation of getting ready for a wedding, now I'm years later and I have a daughter, it was really hard for me to stay in a routine. Like I would work out like 3 days and be like, well, that was an accomplishment, and then kind of just stop. So I had told my husband, like, I really wanted to get back into actually like staying in a fitness routine. So I reached out to Rachel, and who had reached out to me a couple times prior, and I kind of just brushed her off. Sorry, Rachel. And then I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I think I really want to start with Transform 20, which is the new program that we're doing, which is amazing, by the way. And I was like, actually, I think I want to be a coach also, which, I mean, I was kind of just thinking, you know, I'm just going to do this for me. I want to get into better shape and have better nutrition. But if I happen to bring in some income, that's great, because now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'd like to help out if I can and have some other kind of purpose other than taking care of the baby in the house, which is great, but it's nice to have some other kind of purpose. So mainly I started for accountability, which has been amazing. I texted, or last weekend was our first like Saturday workout in our program. And that was the first time I've done a Saturday workout since before my wedding, which was over 5 years ago. So the accountability is the number one thing. You know, we all check in with each other, and then I'm leading people. Like I have a team of my own that I'm leading. And so, you know, I feel like that I can't be a leader and not do my workout or not put my part in. So anyway, that's really helping me out. Yeah, my money figures on there. So I didn't really expect to make that much at first, because I've only been coaching since like December 6th, I think. Really, and I told Rachel like last week, I have been failing at like one of the vital behaviors. I have not been reaching out to people until this week. I finally got like kind of gutsy enough to send out these like just invites to people. Really all I've been doing is honestly sharing my journey. I just post when I do my workouts, kind of like as inspiration to others, and people have been reaching out to me like, hey, you know, what are you doing? How is this working for you? How can I join? So if you just share your heart and share your like, you know, your journey, like Rachel had done and is still doing, like we're all doing, people will reach out to you. And I've gotten over my fear. I've reached out to others this week. So
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Chelsea. I'm going to go ahead and meet you. So what's neat about that is, so while she doesn't think that she's been reaching, she has been consistently sharing. She's been doing Beachbody stuff for like 5 years. So when she came out as a coach, people were like, oh yeah, that's what Chelsea's been doing for like 100 years now. So it wasn't a surprise to people. But she has figured out a way to share her heart, which is something we work to teach you in our coach trainings and the support we provide every single week in our team calls. And she's obviously working hard and doing that every single week. So one of the things that I hear a lot, oh man, I wish I had $1 for every time I heard this. Are you afraid of being a salesperson, turning off all of your friends and family? And do you worry because you don't know much about social media, or that you don't have a big audience? So these are all things that I said, I don't want to be spammy. I don't want to blow up people's inbox. I don't want to turn off all my friends and family. And so we grow leaders in our team by finding out our brand and finding who your tribe is. And that's going to change. So for me, when I was working in corporate America, I really connected with working moms, and that was something that really jived with me. As I'm now a stay-at-home mom, I really connect with stay-at-home moms. So whatever season of life you're in, that's who you're going to connect with. And people who are walking that same season are going to react to your story and want to be involved with what you're doing because you're sharing how to be an overcomer in each of those seasons. So we become storytellers, not salespeople. We share our stories with the intention of inspiring others, not to close a deal. When you go to your Facebook page, or your Instagram, it's your billboard. So the thought process behind posting is, how can I add value to someone's life today? When people see your post, you want them to stop and think about the value that you're adding to your day. You're not just sitting there throwing up a sweaty selfie and saying, woohoo, got my workout in. You're sharing the struggle. That today sucked. I didn't want to work out, and this 20 minutes felt like 600 hours to me. And you're sharing how you overcame that and what it meant to be victorious in the end. Or maybe you weren't, and you're sharing that part too. But you'll receive social media trainings on our team so that you can fine-tune this approach with your audience and share it authentically. I was not a social media expert. In fact, you can go back to my profile like 2 to 3 years ago, and I was not knocking this out of the park. So this is something that has evolved for me as well, and you will learn in time what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But when I started, I had 400 friends on Facebook and 300 friends on Instagram. Now I'm approaching the 5,000 followers on Instagram mark and have over 3,500 people on Facebook. That's taken time and intentional growth, but corporate provides trainings for us to learn how to grow our market. It's just a tool. Your social media is just a tool for you to utilize and something that we will teach you how to use. So hopefully that eases your fear when it comes to that. All right, so we've talked a lot about what coaches do. You've heard some of our stories. We want to talk about the nitty-gritty. Some people really love talking about this topic, and some people really hate it. So I'm just going to walk through each part of most of the common questions that we have. So how much does it cost to sign up? If you have previously bought a challenge pack through one of our Restoration Nation team coaches, you can pay $40 to sign up as a coach, and within 10 days, you'll be refunded that $40. So essentially, it costs you nothing. You've already got all the tools that you need to succeed. So that would be the cost for you. If you've never jumped in with Beachbody, you don't have any of the tools, you need to get started from the ground up, your coach will help you pick a package that fits your needs. So whether it's 2B Mindset Nutrition and Beachbody On Demand, maybe it's Transform 20, we will help you pick a package that fits your goals in your personal journey, so that you can be sharing that, because you can't build a business without living the lifestyle, and you need all of the products and things to do that. So the only cost is what you need to succeed in your journey. That ranges from $160 to $220. That's usually the amount that it is. If you already have a coach account and you're just using it as a discount right now, you can start making money right now, and it would cost you nothing. So your account is ready to go whenever you are. Monthly fees. The only monthly fee that you have is $15.95. You do not keep inventory. You are not required to purchase anything. There are active statuses and things like that. So if you're working to grow and rank and whatnot, you have to at least be signing up enough customers, which is usually like 1 customer a month, or be on an auto ship of Shakeology. If you're planning to share how it has helped you, then you'll want to be on that, because Shakeology is going to change your health anyways. But the only monthly fee you're locked into is $15.95. Is there a monthly quota? The answer is no. There's no requirements of anything. Most coaches work towards something called Success Club. This is 3 people every month that you're going to help on their health and fitness journey. And this is a secure way to know that you're going to build your income, because you're going to start creating some residual growth in your income. You're going to ensure that you are actually helping people each month. If you want to help people, that Success Club is a way to make sure that you do that. You also earn crazy cool stuff by hitting Success Club every month. You can qualify for free trips. I have earned 4 all expense paid vacations. Now, granted, I've never been able to go on a single one, but I booked the next one and I'm going because I've had babies and pregnant and like all the things. So I am going next year. But you can earn free all expense vacations to the Bahamas and the Dominican Republic and cruises and all kinds of stuff. You also earn free swag. So I've gotten hats. We've gotten people on the team who've gotten hats, shirts, gym bags, vision boards, just a fun way to celebrate that you're helping people every single month. So that's kind of the financial, like, what does it cost side of things. You also get 25% off all products. So whether that's 3-day refresh, the supplements for the performance line, any and all the things, you get 25% off, which is extremely helpful. As far as earning income, I don't want to get too deep into this because it can get a little confusing, but there's several different ways that you can earn income. The first being commission-based. You get 25% off of every sale that you make. So if you sell a challenge pack, you get 25% off whatever that cost may be. If you sign somebody up with just a package of beach bars, then you get 25% off of what that is. You also, as you grow and build your team, you'll grow your income. So I built my entire team for the first year only on people who wanted the discount as a discount coach. I had no business builders at all. And so over time, these discount coaches turned into people who wanted to build a business. So a lot of your friends and family probably love to save some money, and so they will sign up as coaches underneath you so that they can save money on their monthly products. And so that, if you see that little image in the bottom right, that's a visual of what the first rank in the business is. You're at the top. You have 2 coaches underneath you. That's your first rank advancement. You get to start making bonuses when you hit that first rank advancement. So now you have commission. Now you have bonuses. You can start qualifying for all kinds of crazy stuff. As you grow your business, you can even, the farther along in your business you go, they have bonuses every quarter as high as $30,000 bonuses. Now, I'm not there yet, but it is possible. And so the harder you work, your income is going to be a reflection of that. So in keeping with income, if you have specific questions about that, drop them in the comments. I see that chat blowing up and I love it. I'll get to that at the end. So these are actual stories from our team. These are not updated numbers. This was from last fall, so add some figures to that. I didn't have time to get my coaches to update them. But this is Elena. She's one of our full-time coaches. And here's her story. She said, coaching has offered me something more than I could have ever thought possible. Last year, it provided me with a savings of $2,000 from simply helping ladies I knew get healthy. But this year in April, my dad suffered an aneurysm rupture. He's doing okay now and is slowly getting back to his normal self. But for 2 weeks, as I sat by his bedside in ICU, I was consumed with worry for him and his outcome, and consumed with the idea that my job would let me go. All I did was call them from the emergency room and say, I'll be out for 2 weeks. And once we realized that my dad needed full-time care, I checked my back office to see if coaching full-time could actually be a reality for me. I noticed that from all my hard work the year before, the 2 weeks that I sat by his side doing only the bare minimum with my business, I received 2 paychecks, just enough to help pay for gas and coffee, but plenty to help me understand that if I put in all the effort, I can make a living while overseeing my dad's 24/7 care. Coaching is giving me the opportunity to ensure my dad's recovery, make a living, and most importantly, it's given me room to breathe, to not ever have to worry if my job will be on the line if my family faces another incident like this. So she is working to build her business, but it's given her that time to care for her family in a really difficult season. So this is Laurel. I talked a little bit about her earlier, but this is her story. So I didn't think it was going to be much. I signed up to be a coach to get the discount. I wanted to save money on my workouts and my shakes. Can anybody relate to being a penny pincher? That was me. To keep myself motivated and maybe even inspire a few people to want to jump in with me. But then the last year or two, my mindset has shifted and the passion of helping people has been found. I've realized the other benefits. Coaching has helped a ton to fill the gap in my wallet of being off work with sick kids and no sick pay. Of unexpected bills that pop up, of being able to take your kids places you normally have to plan around payday. those extra trips to the grocery store to stock back up, or just the extra money to buy something for yourself that you've been wanting. I don't do this full time. I have a dental assisting job, and I still do, she does hair as well. She's a woman of many talents. But I wish I did this full time, and time will tell if I get to be able to do that, because I love this business and the change that it's brought to my life. This is Kayla. Again, these are not updated income because I didn't have time to get the updated ones from them. So this was just as of like fall of last year. But Kayla was someone who jumped in pretty early on and did not realize how much money she'd actually made until I forced her to tally it up. And I was like, homegirl, you have been with me for a year and a half. Tally up your earnings. And she was like, wow, I really have made a whole lot more than I thought. But it has helped her pay off debt. It helps her pay for a cleaning lady every other week, which is the best thing ever. Also helps cover unexpected costs, like when your husband gets a whole screwdriver stuck in his truck tire and decides he needs to replace all 4 tires, #hubbylife. And it covers the cost of shakes for her and her husband every single month. So that's Kayla's story. For me, coaching has transformed our finances. I realize that I am the exception to a lot of these stories because I do this full time, because my family cannot survive financially without me working. And so if I wanted to be home with my kids, I had to make this work. And I went all in, and now I'm working about 30 hours a week in the pockets of the day, but it's given me such purpose. We've paid off all of our debt, not once, but twice. I've been able to, my family is about, oh gosh, I'm gonna cry. Whew. I'm going to be able to take my family to Disney World, which has been on my dream board for 2 years. And so to know that that is a reality of all that may seem selfish, to see my little boy light up and to see he's going to get to go see Mickey. And that's a gift that I get to give him because I work so hard. That doesn't degrade my husband. Okay, let me talk about that. My husband was laid off last year, completely unexpected and not something that should have happened. And so I, in that season, was able to look him in the eyes as he has tears in his eyes, stressed out about our family, and look at him and say, babe, I got this. And so in the meantime of him really wondering and where his next step was, I was able to say, babe, follow your calling. Follow where God has led you. Where do you feel pulled? And the story is just crazy amazing. But he's able to be back in ministry and pursue his heart and his passion and not have to worry about the finances. And as a wife, I can't tell you how rewarding it is to be able to gift him that. And so to pay off debt, to be able to step up as a helpmate in our finances has been just so rewarding to me as, his helpmeet in our finances. So this is my current income progression. These are updated totals because I did have time to update mine, but that's all we have as far as finances. And we're about to wrap up the call, and I'll check up on the chat real quick. So one of the questions you may be asking yourself is, why Restoration Nation? You've heard a little bit of our heart, you've heard a little bit of our stories, but why should you choose this team? I want you to know that we are a team of women who desire to see each other succeed. You have the petty workplace competition that most people interact with, and there's room for success for everyone in this team. You are not competing against, the Chelseas are not competing against each other. We are working together to support and encourage each other. There's no competition. This team is willing to help you at every turn. The core of who we are represents integrity, strength, and hard work. We are looking for women who want to radically change their life, their health, and their finances, who want to get healthy, impact the ones they love, and grow a thriving business to fill in the gaps of their finances. So what happens when you sign up with a Restoration Nation coach? You're going to get an email from Beachbody that's going to give you your first steps as a coach along with a welcome video. You're going to get a welcome email from your coach who you choose to sign up with. You'll get plugged in immediately to a training system that we have made that is very simple, that walks you through how to launch your business successfully. And I will say that in the last 4 months, we have really perfected this system, and our new coaches are seeing more success now than they ever have before. And so this is the time, because the energy and we are just so on fire to help others this year. It's blowing me away. You're going to get weekly team call trainings, as well as there's corporate level trainings that you can jump on every week too. And just know that we're going to be there every step of the way. So our webinar has come to a close. So what happens if you're ready? This sparked something in you. There's 17 people who still stayed on, so only one person jumped off. That's a big deal. If you're on this webinar, you're curious. You're sitting there thinking about what might work and what might not work and what your fears are and what if you fail. And I just want to challenge you that you only get one life to live. And you can either be punching a time clock for somebody else, or living under the stress of debt, or living under the stress of being overweight and unhappy. And whatever your why is for looking to be a coach, whether it's accountability or finances or a combination of all of the above, or maybe you crave community, you have a place in our team. If you're willing to be encouraging, we want positive Polly's only, please, uplifting, and a source of just being yourself, be your true self within our team. Our motto is Restoration Nation, restoring lives one body, heart, and mindset at a time. And if that resonates with you, I challenge you to reach out to the coach that invited you to this webinar and ask them all the questions that you have going on in your head, and let us help answer some of those for you and see if this is a good opportunity for you or not. So I'm gonna hop in the chat to see if we have, what questions we have. We got names, perfect. Okay, so hopefully Dawn was able to hear. I'm sorry. Okay, yes. All right, so that's good we're good on the questions. So that's all we have for tonight. Make sure to contact your coach that invited you. Again, just thank you for sharing this evening with us and letting us support you, and even if it's just on your health and fitness journey, or just letting us share our hearts. We appreciate your time, and hopefully one or more of you will be the next rock stars on Restoration Nation. So much love, and we will talk to you soon. All right, bye guys.